Hey, what's up guys, and welcome into this video where I'm gonna show you how we made our latest Ableton template, which is called Rumors. So here's a quick preview. So before starting out, just want to tell that we've only used the Serum and the Ableton native VST for this project, and also all the samples are from our sample packs, both our paid and our free packs. So let's start with the first channel here, which is just a simple ghost kick. So as you can see, it's the same MIDI as the kick, of course, and we have the kick loaded and the channel is muted. Then we have the actual kicks, so this is how it sounds. So here we have our kick, which is from Odyssey, that is our kick sample pack, and we only have an EQ and some multiband compression. So this is what we did. Basically we reduced around the 200 Hz and we cut a little bit of the high frequencies. And then here we have a really simple multiband compressor, which is operating just at around 40%. And as you can hear, it really gives some body to the kick. The second channel that we have here is basically the same kick with a filter on it, and they both are grouped on this channel. So then going into the drums, we have a first clap. Here only an EQ to remove the low frequencies. Then we have an open hi-hat. Here we are also removing the low frequencies, and we are also getting rid of a bad frequency that we have here. Then we have a closed hi-hat loop. So we also did some changes here with the velocity to create this kind of rhythm. And here we have an equalizer and an auto pen to add some movement. Now we have some loops that we imported from our sample packs. So that's the first one. And then we have a ride that we used for some variations here in the drop section, as you can see. Here we don't have any processing on this channel, and at the end we have this percussion one shot that is again used for variation in the drop section. Here we did a little bit of processing, starting with an EQ, which removes the low frequencies. Then we are adding some harmonics with the saturator. And then a little bit of body with the OTT multiband compressor. Basically that's it for the drum section. Now going into the drum channel itself, we can find another saturator. We also have a little bit of parallel compression. And the drum bass, which is operating only at 30%, and it's adding some drive. Yeah, and basically that's all for the drums. Now going into the bass line, we have a first layer here, which is a top bass line. So this bass line is from our Mirage pack, which also contains some Serum presets, and this is one of them, which have been slightly modified for this sound. Then we have an equalizer cutting the low frequencies and the very top frequencies. Then some saturation. the OTT once again, some compression to control the peaks, and at the end the sidechain. Then we have the main bass line. So here we have an equalizer cutting the really low frequencies, glue compressor for the compression, and the sidechain at the end. Yeah, and this is how the top and the main bassline sound together. And we also have a filtered bassline for the breakdown, which is basically the same channel as the main bassline, but with a filter at the end. Now moving on into the synths, we have a main synth that is going on throughout the break section. Okay, so on this synth we have an arpeggiator, and as you can see we did an automation of the rate, so when it comes here at the end, and this is to create some tension here in the build-up. The sound is from, once again, our Mirage preset pack. Then here we have an auto filter, which is used only for this automation. Equalizer, removing the low frequencies. Then drum bass, just to add some drive. The OTT. And also a little bit of autopan. Here at the end we have a compressor, and which, as you can see, has been automated because there is a part here in the drop where the synth comes in, and we use this compressor for the sidechain. Now going into the stubs, this is how it sounds. As you can see, it's a really simple pattern. This is the sound, it's pluck, and what we've done here is basically a filter automation and an equalizer. For the synths we also have here in the breakdown a pad. The patch we used is this one. This pad is called Interstellar, and here we have once again the auto filter for the automation and the compressor for the sidechain that is happening here. Now moving on into the drop synths, we have this first main synth that has been made once again in Serum. The preset is called Acid, and we have an equalizer to cut the low frequencies. We have some saturation and also a delay. At the end, the sidechain, of course. Now we have a second synth which comes at the end of every 4 bars, and this is how it sounds. So this synth is from a patch called Flux, and here once again we have an equalizer, the OTT, drum bass to add some drive, and the sidechain. Then at the end of every 8 bars we also have this other synth. So what we've done here is adding this Ableton MIDI effect, which automatically creates a major chord, and the preset is called Mention. What we've also done here is adding an equalizer, of course, to remove the low frequencies. And we have the compressor for the sidechain. Vocal section, the first channel that we have is the drop vocal. So these shots have been cut from like our main loop, which is this one. And what we did was adding an equalizer. And we also have some reverb and delay. We have this vocal, which is like the vocal that comes at the end of the build-up right before the drop. And once again, it has been cut from like a longer sample that we have in our pack, and this is how it sounds. Here just an equalizer was enough, nothing else. Then we move on into the break vocal. So here we have first equalizer to remove the low frequencies. Then an OTT. And once again, reverb and delay. And we also did a really small automation, both the delay and the reverb, so it comes in and out to create this really nice effect. Then to add some tension in the breakdown, we also have a background vocal. This one has been made by looping the first part of this loop, and here we have the filter for the automation. We have an equalizer to remove the low frequencies. This frequency shifter, which is used for this automation here in the build-up. Then we have the OTT and the auto pan. Now going into the effects section, we have this drum fill, downlifter, an uplifter, and we have a longer uplifter here. Then we have a crash buildup. A snare roll. And a couple of other downlifters and uplifters here. So as you can see, this project is fully mixed and mastered. So on the mastering chain we have first of all a utility which does this small automation here before the drop hits, so it basically reduces the gain of the master track. Then we have the endless mile, which is basically a combination of different effects like filter, delay, reverb, and it's used to create this tension effect right before the drop. Then we have the auto filter, which is used for this automation here and basically removes all the low frequencies. EQ, we did the mid-side processing on this one, so we have removed all the low frequencies below 20 Hz and all the high frequencies above 20,000 Hz, and for the side section we removed all the low frequencies behind 200 Hz, and there's a small boost here. Then saturator to add some drive. We have another multiband compression. Then standard compressor and a limiter at the end of the chain. So yeah, basically that's it for this project. Don't forget to check it out from the link in the description. Also, if you're early enough, you'll be able to get our launch sale, which will enable to get this project for half the price. Let us know in the comments what kind of template would you like to see next, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye.